Good morning, good morning. You see this smile? I'm ready for you guys today. Happy April 1st. It is April Fool's Day, day after Easter, and we're live in here in Results One. Now, if you've noticed that my energy level is a little higher today, it's because it is. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So, let's talk about a few things. Let's talk about me, all right? I know we talk about me all the time, but let's talk about me for a second. The topics we talk about tend to be very serious. The life I live is very serious. Why? Because it's all about traffic. It's all about general safety. But we've got to have time to laugh. We have to have time to really let loose and disconnect for our own mental sanity, right? So I'll tell you something I do. I'm a YouTuber. I fall onto the holes of social media for those disconnecting moments, the moments to where I get to forget about everything for a little bit, to where I get to just sit back and laugh and laugh. I'm a huge prankster, and anybody that works over at News 6 knows that if you catch me on a good day, there's a good chance I'm going to try to prank you. From little rats to bugs and stuff like that, all fake. But I love to get a good moment out of somebody because life is just too serious. So it's called Trooper Steve on Patrol. Results One has my name on it. Ask Trooper Steve, What the Honk, all associated with Trooper Steve. So what does that mean? That means I get to hijack my segments when I want to, and today's one of those days. We are going to be welcoming in a guy, a creature, I'm not sure what it is. The Orlando Bushman is joining Results One. And it's all about just bringing a little laugh to somebody here and there. But, you know, enough of me talking about the guy. Let's just welcome him into Results One. And so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about here. So the Orlando Bushman is jumping into Results One with us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time live on News 6, the Orlando Bushman.
What's up, everybody?
Man, thank you for joining me, sir.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
So for those that are might be watching us right now, we are streaming on a few different platforms this morning. We are live at clickorlando.com. We're live on the app. And News 6 has what we call our smart app, News 6 Plus. And it's basically like Netflix or stuff you put on your TV. And you can watch News 6 all the time. So right now, the Orlando Bushman is joining us live on all these platforms. I could not be more excited for you to be joining me, man.
I appreciate you.
So a little bit. It's a little warm. I got the AC going for you. Get those flowers nice and blooming.
I do this in 114-degree weather. I'm good.
You crazy, man. You crazy. So, all right. My producer was like, all right, I got his name going. I go, no, he's just the Orlando Bushman. That's what he goes by. So if you're interested in getting a little head start, make sure you follow Orlando Bushman on YouTube, Instagram, all platforms, Facebook, it all. He's got it. And it's all about bringing smiles. So, dude, talk to me a little bit about this. First and foremost, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Charleston, South Carolina.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
It blends in with us here a little bit, right?
That's right.
So if someone was to ask you, what is the Orlando Bushman? Tell me, what is it?
It's laughter. It's,
okay.
It's bringing smiles to people who are going through dark times and dark situations. I want to be the light in somebody's darkness. I want to be the smile on somebody's face.
Okay. And you achieve that by doing what?
I sit out.
We got some of your video playing right now on the big screen back at home. So they're seeing what you're talking about, kind of thing. So while you're talking, just to let you know.
I sit up on street corners in Mount Dora, right here on Orlando, next to Ripley's, believe it or not, sometimes between Uncle Red's and Old Red and Uncle Julio.
Okay.
And our goal is to bring entertainment, free entertainment to streets, and just make people smile, just to make them laugh. We don't try to scare people too bad, to try to freak them out, send them into panic attack mode and stuff. We're there to just to startle them enough to make them smile.
Okay.
And we do that.
And you do that by what?
I do that by just jumping up and scaring them as they walk by me.
So you sit on a street corner.
Right.
And you give the illusion That you're just an ordinary plant.
A weird fake plant.
I like that. Because this is a highly green, highly fresh plant.
It is. I have several different suits. My wife makes all our suits, by the way. We have a fern suit that we normally use in Orlando. This is sort of an iconic suit, the sunflower suit, or what people call the daisy suit. And it's not a daisy at all.
Right.
But it's a suit that we made that just people love it. And the people will walk by and try to touch the flower, smell the flower, and when they do that, we just scare them.
And you're like, hi, it smells good, kind of
you
thing.
know, we started with the Welcome to Orlando. That was our, and everybody thought we were part of, I guess, like the Orlando community or whatever. They were paying us to be on the street corner doing this, and then we started with the Bayayas, and then we started getting in people's conversations as they walked by me. They would come by and just talking to their people, and I'm like, well, no, that's not the way it's going to go. And just getting in their conversation, we startle them.
And they have no idea that it's coming from this plant.
They don't. We make people just look for, like, speakers and trees or trash cans, and they just don't understand half the time.
I love it.
And,
so you were saying when we first met, and I love this about it. So COVID, put a weird damper on all of us. Morale, just mental health, the way we operate with each other on a daily basis. There are a lot of first responders that struggled. There are a lot of people in hospitals that struggled, and I'm being one of them. It's kind of the start of my somber time in a hospital, not having anyone around me, and finding little laughter, that disconnection. And that was your goal in starting this. Walk me through that a little bit.
Well, COVID was tough for everybody. There were people who were completely healthy who would just die just randomly. They would go into a hospital and they had no family there to make them smile. And I just wanted to be, our phones, everybody's got a phone. Everybody's sick. They're able to carry a phone. I was in the hospital the other day meeting one of our followers has a grandmother who's in the hospital, so we went and met her. And I noticed she was like 85 years old, and she had a phone in her hand. And that phone in the hand brought back the memory of why I do this, because everybody's got a phone. They want to watch something, and my hope was if we're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever we're going live on, that people are able to see us as it's actually happening, doing these pranks, and just being that one smile on their face that may save their life. And I've had thousands and thousands of people reach out to me and say, hey, you helped me through a dark time with depression, anxiety, my PTSD. They're just reaching out to me by the masses and telling me what we're doing is helping. And it's just adding more fuel to the fire to go out there and do it again. In 2023, I spent $35,000 of my money doing this, and I've blown up 3 vehicles.
Just driving all over the place.
Driving from here to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, to Asheville, North Carolina, to St. Augustine, and just going from town to town around Florida to do it. And I've blown up 3 vehicles. So it's.
But yet you keep doing it.
I will never stop, just because of the people that reach out to me and say, hey, I need you. We helped 9 people in 2023 stop from committing suicide, and 1 this year already. She came down right down the road here. She drove 45 minutes to come tell me that I was in a dark place a year ago, and you helped save my life. And when people tell me that, sometimes I don't understand it, but I know when they tell me those things, I want to do my part to be that light in their darkness, whatever they're going through, whatever they're battling. I want to help them through that depression.
Right. It's amazing that a little laugh can make someone just stop for one moment and maybe give them some hope that, it's not that bad, or it can get better. Maybe it is that bad, but it can be better. And if it's a guy dressing up, bringing a little quick smile that someone's not expecting,
that's right.
I think that's the coolest thing that you're doing.
The greatest thing about it is it's free entertainment for people to watch.
It's free for you too.
Yeah, it don't cost a dime for people to come see me. It doesn't cost a dime for you to watch it on any of those apps. And it's what I love the most about it is people. You never know what they're battling. They might be a millionaire battling depression. They might be broke and battling depression. And the one thing that people they reach out to me and say, well, it could cause heart attacks. This prank started in 1980. 44 years this prank's been going on. It's never caused one heart attack. Very rarely does anybody ever get injured. If they do, they fall down on the ground and get a scrape, or what I like to call a boo-boo. But, you know,
but it's so rare. It's less than 0.1% of what we're talking about. 30
doctors, and they said this can't cause a heart attack. You'd have to be having a heart attack in the middle of it happening.
Right.
But
and you're not just here on I-Drive, no. Right? You call yourself the Orlando Bushman. You're Central Florida's Bushman, basically. And anywhere else the Lord takes you, kind of thing.
You know, I've been in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and people said, "Oh my God, you're the Orlando Bushman." I've been in Charleston, South Carolina, and they were, "Oh my God, you're the Orlando Bushman. We follow you." Everywhere I've been, you know, people see me. They know that we're the Orlando Bushman, and I love this town. I love Orlando. I think Orlando is amazing, and I think Orlando needs laughter. And you know, I think there's 10 million people in a 3 or 4 hour radius from where we're at right now. And it's weird that we've reached a good majority of those people. You know, I've reached people all over the world: Iraq, Iran, Greece. We've reached people in England, Scotland.
Yeah, you were telling me that like there are overseas Middle East, and people are like, "Hey, will you come here and do this kind of thing?"
You know, I had the greatest reply I've ever had was a guy messaged the other day. Well, he left a comment, said, "We need an Orlando Bushman in every city in the world." And I know my head got swollen up a little bit when you said that, but honestly, we need somebody on these corners, on these streets, to spread the joy. You know, the world's too. We live here just a short time, and it takes us to make this country, you know, not great again, but it's. We need people to make people smile. We need to get out of our comfort zone, to love these people, to show them that, hey, you know what, you don't have to battle what you're going through alone. I'm here every single day. I put more content than any other Bushman on the planet. I got fresh, brand new content every single day. I do this every weekend. My daughter and my wife, they have given up their summers and their vacations. My anniversary was yesterday, 18th wedding anniversary. I was filming yesterday.
But let's give credit to the wife here.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's the one that keeps it going. She makes your suits. She films most of the content for you.
Absolutely.
And has kind of helped this blow up. So what separates the Orlando Bushman compared to the other ones, in your opinion? Because you guys all do it for the right reasons. Yep. You guys are having fun.
I'm more interactive.
Okay.
I make when people walk by me, I bring them into the interaction. I communicate with them. I just make them part of the show.
Okay, you're not just there trying to get the spook. You're trying to make sure, hey, here's the spook. Plus, hey, let's realize what happened here and let's take a photo together.
Right here on this corner, I had a guy fly 3,000 miles to come see the Orlando Bushman.
What?
Tim Borton, I'll never forget him. He flew 3,000 miles to come see us, and then just this past weekend, Saturday, there was a family came in from Minnesota, and they didn't reach out to me and say, "Hey, are you in Mount Dora?" They've come to Mount Dora from Minnesota. Why would they come to Mount Dora from Minnesota?
Right. Well, Mount Dora is nice, but we understand.
But I'm walking down the street, and all of a sudden they said, "Oh my God, I found you!" And we want pictures, and they took pictures and said, "We want you to know we came all the way from Minnesota to see you." And
that's got to be cool, man.
It's amazing because I didn't start this thinking that this would ever happen, but the people that reach out to me and say, "Hey, will you be here?" I've got people from England who wants to come here in June 26th, 2025. Where are you going to be?
They're booking their trips based off of your schedule.
We're bringing them to Orlando.
But you've got to see then, like, the power of social media and what's that doing for people. Because, like, man, for those that are watching, they're probably like, man, Trooper Steve's kind of fanboying out. I am fanboying out because I am a avid fan of what you do. I spend hours on YouTube laughing. This is like my nighttime decompress kind of stuff, is to forget all the mess, have a good little chuckle. My wife makes fun of me, and she even's like, "Oh, you're gonna have a good day. You're hanging out with the Bushman." I was like, "You dang straight."
That's
so
right.
It's not taking things so seriously and realizing that it's kind of the equalizer, the time of life, right? Like, we're only here for a little bit. Why not enjoy it?
and why not devote your time to make somebody else happy? That's the cool thing about depression. When I get, my brother died on March 18th, 2023, and I was on the street corner right here in Orlando. He went on in the hospital on my birthday, March 17th, and on March 18th, he passed away. And I was on a street corner in Orlando, not in South Carolina where he was at. I was here making people smile because I felt that, people just need to have somebody that's willing to donate their time and their life just to make somebody else smile. And I've got the greatest TikTok followers. I got the greatest Instagram followers.
You do. You've got some good ones.
I've got the best followers in the whole wide world. People who really support me, who really want to see this thing grow, and who really need me. I had a little boy. He was in the hospital in February of last year, and he loves we have a scare. We run behind people and we scare them. And he had an asthma attack in school and went to ICU. And whenever he was able to talk, he got on his phone and he started watching the Orlando Bushman. And then he started watching Mr. Beast, and his mom said, "Who is that?" And he said, "That's the Orlando Bushman." And we're one of his two favorite content creators.
That's so cool.
And
you're at Mr. Beast level,
yeah,
bro. That's intense.
Man, I don't know about that.
That's intense.
But he said that he wanted us to scare, and we went out that weekend, and we did a scare, and we called it the Parker Scare. And he was an 8-year-old boy at the time. He's 9 now. But so we call it the Parker Scare because of him, and we have a lot of people who want us to go chase after people and scare them because that's what it's all about. We don't only we dance with people, we sing with people, we skip with people.
I've seen it all. Yeah.
Party. If you got a birthday, we'll sing happy birthday right there, and we not only get us involved, we get everybody around.
So combined with all your social media followings, what's your following at this point like combined? Close to over the hundreds of thousands?
We have 311,000 on TikTok, 115,000 on Instagram. We just started YouTube not too long ago. We're almost at 6,000 there.
Okay.
And we just started Facebook too. So what we wanted to do was just build it slow and build it right. And
I like that.
One of the things that we do is we don't stage anything. Everything we do is 100% real. I don't believe in staging content.
Well, you got a point, because I can scroll through Instagram right now and I can go fake, real, fake, real. So all what you do is 100% organic with the people out on the streets.
I believe if you take time out of your day to watch my content, you deserve real. And I think the best reactions are real reactions. And that's what I want to give people, because we live in a world where we're staging everything. We're not just on content. I mean,
just the
everything
world,
we do.
yeah.
And we just need some realness back in it. And I think that's what we're doing. And like I said, it's not only myself. I take a lot of the credit, but I got the greatest support system. My wife has passed up every vacation, brand new cars, houses, just to give up for what we're doing for other people.
So she gets what you're doing. She obviously enjoys it too.
Yep, she does.
If you guys are watching here at clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus, or the News 6 app, I encourage you, his link is all in the information on the website, that you go and watch these Instagram videos, and if you hear this sweet little woman in the background kind of giggling, that's his wife that's back there, always recording, editing the footage for you and all that stuff. So it definitely takes a team to make this. And I'm so glad we got to do this on April Fool's Day, because it falls right into it. Were you planning on being anywhere today, anyway, or is it only a weekend thing?
No, it's mainly a weekend thing. I work 5 days a week like everybody else does, and I go and devote my time on the weekends, and
that's the crazy part.
So we decided to come out here and just hang out with you and do this today, because I think the world needs to see, what we're doing is good, not bad. Some people will say, well, why are you, invading people's privacies? Well, I'm really in hopes of when somebody walks by me and they're going through a bad time, I really want to change their minds, and I want to change their moment. And you know what's cool about it? I was sitting in a restaurant, and a woman came up to me and she goes, I was scared by the original Bushman in the early 80s. And so she had a memory for something that happened 38, 40 years ago.
Wow.
Come to me and said, I appreciate what you're doing. And that's cool. I've scared people that
she remembered that scare that long ago.
And so what we're doing is what I like to call it creating memories. And
it's a good way to good creative way to put
giving
that
somebody to something to talk about around the water cooler on Mondays. And
You're like, man, I was walking down I Drive or in Mount Dora,
Yep.
and this bush talked to me, and I freaked out.
That's basically what we do. We just talk to them.
Because I noticed that you're when he said guys earlier, I noticed that's what kind of separates you a little bit from some of the other Bushmen. Is you are in it for an interaction with people, not for just the result. So like, yeah, the result's cool, but you won't make just a noise. Sometimes you're like, welcome to Orlando.
Yeah.
And then they're like, huh, where'd that come from? And then they start laughing, and then you'll always give a fist bump. Or if someone's nervous, you break character.
I do.
And you'll get out of the pot and you'll shake hands with people. I don't see that from many others. I'm not saying what they're doing is bad, but to me, that's what makes you a little bit cooler.
It's the hugs, man. It's the hugs. And I don't care where you're from, what your background is politically or religiously or whatever that is. I think the most important part is for us just to be who we are as humans and just love people for whatever they're going through, whatever they've been through, and just try to do our best to make them smile. That's basically, at the end of the day, what it's all about, is making people smile.
I love it. So what I would like to do, if you're down with it, is actually set you up
Let's
out
go
here
do it.
on I Drive, and we watch a little bit of what you do. I'm looking for where your wife may be set up at.
Right over here in this little corner.
So is this the corner here?
Yep, this corner right here.
All right. So I'm going to pull into this parking spot here. I don't know where she went.
She should be right here.
No, she is not.
She is not right there.
It's all right. We'll find her here in a second. But I don't know where she went up to.
Yeah. I know she's watching right now. Hey, Tara, come back to Ripley's.
Yeah, if you're at Ripley's, ma'am, Mrs. Bush woman,
Yeah.
come on back, because you're over here and we're going to set you up. But so talk to me a little bit about the interactions you've had here in Orlando, some of the special ones that you can recall since starting this stuff. Some of the cool ones, some of the maybe emotional ones, and some of the ones that you're like, man, I'm doing this for fun, and these guys even appreciate it.
I've scared Anderson Silva, UFC fighter, I've right here in Orlando last year. Former UFC fighter. It's really hard to pick, a really significant scare, because every interaction to me is memorable.
Right.
And some of my favorite ones was some of my earliest ones when a young boy come by and he fell down on the ground and he got him, said, "I knew you were there. I knew you were there." or the fact that there was a bus full of teenage girls coming from a what do they call it, a volleyball tournament, and there was like 60 of them, 60 people, and we scared the whole group, like all 60.
Oh my gosh. Here she comes.
Yeah, we scared all 60 people. That's my spot. I don't know why she was at the other one.
Yeah,
but
she's
hey,
like, oh,
she found somewhere else for us to be. But so at the end of the day, it's just so many. I mean, I've scared probably 50,000 people, and out of those 50,000 people, we've probably had maybe 20 of them that didn't like it, who got real mad.
Okay.
Upset. We don't get a lot of people who do get mad at us. So it's different, man, because every smile that you put on somebody's face is to us, it's memorable for them. So I love it. I love everybody who walks by.
It's great, man. So this is what we'd like to do, is we're going to set it up on here so that our mobile camera can see you. I am going to let you go get set up, and I'm going to hop out. Audio. Can you hear me now, Donovan? Is it better? Can you hear me now? All right, we're back with audio. So cool. We'll hop on out and we'll get this set up.
Set up and see if we can get somebody to walk by on this Monday.
This is gonna be good, guys. So we're gonna get this set up. I'm gonna get the camera set up, and then we'll go from there. So just 1 second. right, guys, so we're gonna set the camera up right here, just out of the way, so everyone can kind of see what's going on. Hold on, I know the camera's like Blair Witch Project. Stand by, I'll get it fixed. All right. So you guys hang out right there. All right, guys, so what you're watching right now is the Orlando Bushman, and you're watching a stream as he's sitting there. So he just joined us recently. We are streaming on a few different platforms here. I'm back inside the truck because I don't want to give like the location away that, hey, we're sitting right here. But the Orlando Bushman is a local man who felt the need to get some comedic response in a time when COVID hit our Central Florida area. So he, plain and simple, y'all, he dresses up like a bush and waits for people to walk on by. And then he scares you. And it is the best thing I've ever seen. So I'm hopefully we'll get some people to walk by within the next few. It sure doesn't, it's not a busy day, but we do have someone coming by here. So here we go. And it's all just out of pranks. Here we go. Yeah, that lady did not look like she was in for a sense of humor today, and that's okay. Not everybody is. So as more people come walking by, the coolest part about this is the sheriff's office is super supportive of it, and love when this guy's out. I love when he's out. I'm gonna switch cameras so you can see me better. But we are watching the Orlando Bushman live here on International Drive as patrons just walk by enjoying their day here, and hopefully we'll get someone to cruise on by here in a second. But he got to join us and he talked about why he does it, giving just that little bit of light, a little sense of humor, and getting you for a moment. Now, some of you might be going, hey, this is absolutely ridiculous. Well, in the world I live, this is the kind of stuff I look for. I look for a little hope, a little fun, a little prank here and there, because life is just too serious, way too serious. And at the end of the day, it's about just trying to get people to laugh a little bit, to forget that, you know, our time here is so limited, so we should be able to have a good laugh. And that's what this guy does. I think it's funny, so I thought, let me share it with you guys. So that's what we're doing. We're watching the Orlando Bushman as he's sitting out here, just monitoring the sidewalk. The poor guy sits there for hours at a time. I had him come out super early in the morning when there's not many people walking around, which is hard to do when you're part of the morning team and your segments are in the morning. But we are watching him. We are streaming live here, and I don't see anybody coming. But you can follow the Orlando Bushman on all his social media channels, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Hundreds of thousands of followers as of now, and it's all organic. And what do I mean by that? Organic followers. People who have found this guy and his family and just support what he does. I think it's absolutely hilarious. So that's why we are sharing it here with you. Nothing what he is doing is illegal. It is all protected under First Amendment rights. and at the same time, equally funny. So if you've ever out here and you find a bush that just doesn't look right, I can tell you right now, it's the Orlando Bushman, and there's a good chance that he's going to talk to you. Keeping the eye out. Looks like we got some people coming. You might have a little crowd coming up behind you here in a second.
Okay.
So his wife and daughter are out there watching on the side. And we'll see. I think we're going to get some people walking in front of the truck here. And they may catch a little surprise here in just a second. All right, here we go.
Welcome to Orlando.
Hi.
I don't know why I think this is so funny. Oh, I'm gonna die in the truck with you guys today. So instead of just saying boogla boogla or any kind, he says welcome to Orlando and stands up. The last thing you're expecting is see, even look back a little bit like, hey, what's going on? The last thing you're expecting is a bush to talk to you, and then you look back and he talks right back. So it's all out of good humor. We do look like we have one more group walking this way, and then we're going to let him do this next one, and then we'll wrap up for today. Going a little longer than expected, but maybe 2 or 3 more minutes, and we will be clear to go. Hopefully waiting for this one more crew. But if you are joining us this morning, we are special edition of Trooper Steve on Patrol, as it is April Fool's Day. I'm a prankster, so I figured why not welcome in somebody that I watch a lot for laughs, and that is the Orlando Bushman. So that's what we're watching. I'm streaming a camera next to him live. You got a couple about 60 seconds out, and we're gonna watch him live here. So I'm gonna cut to the other camera, and that is the Orlando Bushman that is looking quite dapper in his attire there, and we're gonna watch him do his thing here in a second. Here we go. Stand by. As we're in front of Ripley's, believe it or not. And they kind of had an idea what was going on, kind of thing. He got you. He got you good. He got you good. Switching audio to outside. All right, guys, so you can see here the Orlando Bushman doing his thing here off of International Drive. If you want a good laugh, a little break from the norm, please follow the Orlando Bushman on all his different social media. It's not just him, it's his wife is involved, his kids are involved, and it's all about just bringing out a smile when you can. And that's what this guy is all about. Anywhere you see him, just, if there's that plant that looks too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. This guy's always out and about. Come over here and join me real quick, man. So we're gonna wrap this up. We got to see you do a few different things, and from News 6, especially from me, I want to say thank you for doing what you do, bringing the little laughs, a little spook, you know, I think gets everyone going, and reminds us that we're still alive, and that we still have a little bit of a sense of humor.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I appreciate you a lot, sir, doing your thing out here.
And if y'all are ever in Orlando, come check us out on iDrive. If you're in Mount Dora, check us out in Mount Dora. Come say hi, hang out with us, chat with us, eat with us.
Eat with us, yeah. So guys, Trooper Steve live out here streaming, Trooper Steve on Patrol special edition for April Fool's Day. Absolutely love you guys, appreciate the support. Go out and give the Bushman, Orlando Bushman a follow on all his social media accounts. Show him the love, he appreciates it, and it's what keeps him going. So hey, people like you and I, when we need a break from reality, we can get a few laughs here and there. For now,
we do it live too.
And they do it live, so make sure you're tuning in on them. For now, live here off of International Drive in Orlando, Trooper Steve with the Bushman. We'll see you guys later.